All right, it's time for the Toledo Bend Jasper Recap. As most of you know, I've got a little bit of history there, and I was really looking forward to this event. Conditions for practice really hemmed us up a little bit. We really only had 2 days of practice, and they were different. The third day we had 30 to 40 mile an hour winds, and that lake gets huge. That's what ended up tripping me up in the long run. But the first day of the tournament, I ended up catching my fish the same way I've caught several years there. There was a lot of fish spawning. There was a lot of fish pre-spawn, and then there was some post-spawn. So anytime that I get those conditions, I usually just put my head down whenever there's a lot of cover in the water, and I fish this 3/4 ounce lunker lure jig just like I always have in the past. This year I went to a bluegill pattern because the water was a little clearer, and I flip it on 50-pound Gamma Torque braid and 711 extra heavy Lew's rod and 8/0 Super Duty reel, and I just go to work. And it worked pretty good in practice, and it worked fairly well the first day of the tournament for me. I just was having trouble generating a big bite. Another pattern that was prevalent that I could catch a few fish on was a jerkbait. Yes, a jerkbait. There was a little bit of a shad spawn going on, and this jerkbait would catch them on throughout the day, but you just had to stay with it and grind it out, like this Megabass 110, something in a shad pattern. Worked really well in practice. And then when things got really tough, you could scale down. I would scale down to this Missile Baits Baby D Bomb in this green pumpkin flash color on a 5/16 Rains tungsten weight. Lighten up, put it on fluorocarbon line rather than braid, pitch it around to the holes and still get bit. First day of the tournament went about as I expected. I'd right at 13 pounds. I was sitting in the middle of the pack. Looking forward to the second day, to be quite honest with you. The traffic on Toledo Bend, because of the fact that it's been voted the best lake in the nation 2 years in a row, is getting to be unreal. And I mean unreal. But it tripped me up a little bit. I wasn't quite ready for the weekend traffic to come in that early. And I think it affected my shallow bite. I moved around the best I could, but I ended up falling really bad short on the second day, and it cost me a good finish in the tournament. So looking back, I do wish I had the time to be able to diversify myself a little bit deeper. That's the bite that a lot of people wasn't keying on, and that's how my good friend John Murray ended up winning the tournament. And he won it up north, where a lot of the guys just wasn't going, and where the pressure was just literally not anything what it was on the south end, on the lower end where I was. But anyway, these are the 3 baits that I used. Unfortunately, Toledo Bend was not the finish that I wanted. I've got to get my head back in this game. I promise you I'm working as hard as I can. I'm looking at every option. I'm not going to get caught short of not being able to have a backup plan next time. And we're headed to Ross Barnett, dirty, shallow water, and I've come back home, doing a quick turnaround, and we're going to get back in this thing.